we have to understand that we're so connected to every other human on this planet and to this planet in general. And I think really understanding that your duty in making money is to go and help serve humanity with those resources.
Thanks for just showing up authentic, real, and just adding so much value to the audience. We always ask our guests 3 questions before we depart for the show. The first question is, what do you think the world needs most right now?
A better story about what it means to be human and why we're here, and what the soul's journey is really all about.
Such a good answer. I wish I could ask a follow-up, but
I know.
let's go to the next one. What 1 to 3 books do you recommend everyone check out besides your own?
Yeah, definitely Lovable by Dr. Kelly Flanagan, who we just mentioned. I think there's no greater metaphor or story about being a human than what he writes about in there, with the way he talks about. So, it addresses the answer to the previous question in a lot of ways. There's a lot of understanding around ways of understanding what it means to be human in that book that I really resonate with. And just any of his other books too are just awesome. So I won't use up all of my 3 on Dr. Kelly, but I could, honestly. His books are just exceptional. I would also recommend Think and Grow Rich. And that's just a total classic. I think it's about the psychology of money. And I would pair it in the same category. So this isn't my 3rd book, but David Osborne's Wealth Can't Wait, because it's Think and Grow Rich's sequel on how do you actually get rich and what are the strategies the rich use. So I think those 2 books together are you could learn so much right there about that. And I think you need to make money because of what you can do for the world, not what you can do for yourself. Just to clarify, I'm not a money-driven, materialistic kind of guy. But I think those are important for a lot of reasons. And then lastly, I would say in line of legacy, there's a book called Entrusted that's by David York and Andrew, I think it's Howell, who was just on a thing for Front Row Dads. But that book, Entrusted, is where I stole the flint and kindling versus passing the fire, and the intangible versus tangible assets being what you pass in wealth. There's so many great nuggets about how to, even if you're not a family that cares about or is going to have wealth as part of your legacy, just what you can learn about creating that intangible side of it in that book, I think is just really important. So those would be the books I'd throw out there.
I have a funny David Osborne. I was playing volleyball with the Front Row Dads and everyone in Austin, and we were bumping to each other. I'm like, "Hey, I'm Mike." He's like, "I'm David." I'm like, "Oh, David." He's David Osborne. I'm like, "Oh, I've never heard of the name." And then I go to Google when I get home. I'm like, holy shit. I probably should have asked him way better questions. I was asking him stupid ass, surface level, "Oh, do you come here often? How do you know these guys?" Oh my gosh. So just a shameful not knowing David Osborne experience. 3rd question, Mike, and then we'll head for the exits. What does it mean to you to be better than rich?
I mean, I think it's when you understand that it's the love that you can give and the service that you offer to others that really matters most in life. I think our time here is precious, and I think the money aspect of it is a means to an end in some way, but beyond anything financial, so many of us have our basic needs taken care of, and we do want more, which I understand, but I think we have to understand that we're so connected to every other human on this planet and to this planet in general. And I think really understanding that your duty in making money is to go and help to serve humanity with those resources. And I think God bestows, in some way, the responsibility and the stewardship of the energy of money to people who will use it in that way. So, it's not just it's not just a great feeling thought and a good thing to say. I mean, this might be practical business for people to understand that at the core, probably service and generosity is what's going to drive you having great customers and a great business. And I think if you err on that side, it's never steered me wrong to be overly generous and to just, be the one who's like, you know what, I'm going to think from an abundant place right now versus a scarcity mindset. And then it just seems like the ROI on that is infinite.